Welcome everyone. Hope you all are doing fine. Now, let us start. The first novel we have. The story introduces various gods and deities from different mythologies, including Zeus, Odin, Ammon, and Marduk. The protagonist, Su Yi, also makes an appearance. The overall rating for the story is 78. On to the next novel we have. The title is The Best Assassin, Incarnated into a Different World's Aristocrat, and my rating is 78. The story follows the eldest son of an assassin aristocrat who gains power and skills from his previous life and magic, becoming an excellent assassin. He is admired as an ideal lord, but also secretly wields a blade as an assassin. On to the next novel we have. The title of the story is Naruto Time Control, and the rating is 76. The main character has a clock engraved in his mind that gives him 12 different abilities related to controlling time, which is a 9th type of chakra nature in the Naruto world. On to the next novel we have. The Reincarnator's Tavern is a crossover fanfiction that incorporates various popular franchises and power systems. The story is set in a unique tavern and follows the adventures of reincarnated characters from different worlds. It contains elements of jump chains and D&D and includes 3 chapters. The author's rating for the story is 88. On to the next novel we have. The protagonist of the novel, who is also the author of the story, is reincarnated as the wife of a cursed Archduke in her own twisted novel. She has already lifted the curse, but the Archduke misunderstands her intentions and thinks she wants to leave him for her fiancé. The protagonist just wants the Archduke to let her go home. On to the next novel we have. The title of the text is Am I a God? And the author's rating is 78. The text is about a phenomenon where superpowers appear on Earth, but instead of humans, cats awaken with these powers. The main characters are cats, and during this event, they start questioning if they are gods. Zhao Yao is the only person who can control these super cats, and even they start wondering if they are a god. On to the next novel we have. A former demon lord who lost to a group of heroes is reborn into the past and vows to live a kind life. This is the story of his journey. The reviewer gave it a rating of 84. On to the next novel we have. The title of the story is Monarch of Darkness, and it has a rating of 80. The story follows Ryan, a devil prince whose kingdom was invaded and all of his relatives perished. He escaped with the supreme treasure of his family and merged with the soul of a dying infant, taking on a new identity as Evan. The story follows Evan as he grows up, takes revenge, and rises to the top. Evan is determined to annihilate heaven if it dares to block him because he views light as his enemy. On to the next novel we have. The title is Summoner of Miracles, and the rating is 78. The description talks about a magical person who can summon many servants but struggles in physical combat, but is confident in their ability to win with their servant. It is the story of a young man who gains a powerful miracle. On to the next novel we have. Survival Story of a Sword King is a story about Ryu Han Bin, a character who is chosen as a suitable person and falls into a new world. However, due to an error in the guidelines, the training process becomes repetitive. My rating for the story is 76. On to the next novel we have. The novel, The Rise of the Tamer Family, is set in a world where humans have expelled demons and formed different families and sects. Each family is graded based on their power and they rule over different areas of the world. The main character, Chen Yang, is transmigrated into this world and uses his Aikido pearl to raise powerful beasts and build a farm to lead the Chen family to become the Saint family. The reviewer rates the book an 80. On to the next novel we have. The title of the story is I Am a Gao Fushuai Villain, and the protagonist, Lin Yuan, has the ability to make choices that lead to rewards, even though he is a villain. He can also take advantage of the opportunities of the protagonist to become stronger. The story challenges the idea that villains will always be defeated by the protagonist. The main character wants to be a villain, despite being given the opportunity to be the protagonist. On to the next novel we have. Lu Zhou, the world's most powerful and oldest villainous patriarch, wakes up with 9 notorious disciples. His disciples are evil, and he must handle them without his cultivation base. His disciples include Yu Zhengai, the leader of the Nether sect, and Sword Devil who always resorts to violence. The story follows Lu Zhou's struggles with his disciples, including the 7th disciple who wants him dead and the 9th who wants to be a better person. On to the next novel, we have. The protagonist in My Journey to Godhood as a Caterpillar was once the strongest cultivator in his universe, but after dying he is reincarnated as a caterpillar with a new system that requires him to eat leaves to survive. Despite his initial shock and discomfort, he eventually embraces his new form and strives to become a godlike creature once again. The overall rating for the story is 82. On to the next novel, we have. The title of the story is Past Life Returner, and the overall rating is 88. The story follows a character who goes back to February 28, 1985, their birth date, and decides to seize all the money and dungeons in the world while it is still peaceful. All stats will be reset. On to the next novel, we have. The title of the story is Grandson of the Holy Emperor is a Necromancer, and the My rating is 86. The protagonist dies and is reincarnated as a young prince in another world with the profession of a necromancer. However, the story takes a twist and his necromancy skills are not what they seem. On to the next novel, we have. The story is about a demon queen's soul being pierced in half by a wicked god, with one half reincarnating as a living armor in a labyrinth. She must survive as a level 1 monster and rebuild a demon kingdom from scratch while rediscovering her former powers and knowledge. However, a dark shadow looms on the horizon, and she must reform the heavenly laws set by the gods while being ruthless against her enemies and compassionate towards her people. On to the next novel, we have. The article discusses a novel titled, It's Lonely to be Invincible, with a rating of 76. It follows the story of Lin Fan, who is transported to a new world and given immortality through a system. Despite the constant threat of danger, Lin Fan becomes nearly unbeatable in battles. On to the next novel, we have. The human advancements in soul technology have caused the near extinction of soul beasts. Tang Wulin, a young boy with extraordinary powers, becomes a leader at Shrek Academy and discovers a plot by various factions to usurp the academy. Meanwhile, the soul beasts plot an uprising for their survival. Tang Wulin must unlock the full might of the Golden Dragon King to defend what he loves and reclaim what was lost. On to the next novel, we have. The protagonist, Yang Qi, comes from a wealthy family and tries to steal a pill for his lover. However, he is betrayed and left to die. Lightning helps him rediscover his martial arts and gain a new cultivation technique. He seeks revenge and tries to find his missing mother. The book has a rating of 76. On to the next novel, we have. The article is about a girl who wrote a love letter in her diary to her senior when she was young. 13 years later, she has become cold and a mystery to people, but still has a narcissistic personality and proposes to a stranger. The article wonders if her change in behavior is due to her weakness for handsome men or if it's just because of one man. The author gives the work a rating of 76. On to the next novel, we have. In a future where humans and the Slarkovs made a deal for the Slarkovs to live on Earth in exchange for their technology and knowledge, the two species began to mate and create a new species called the Mixed Bloods who could tap into their bloodline and perform incredible feats. Gustav, born with a seemingly useless bloodline, discovers a system that can unlock and upgrade bloodlines through quests with a deadline. Success brings unimaginable rewards while failure means death. Gustav embarks on a dangerous journey filled with adventure and uncertainty. On to the next novel, we have. Onoda Ruki is a high school student who wants to be unnoticed, but he has a secret desire to steal girls from their boyfriends. The story follows him as he tries to conquer and steal every girl he sets his eyes on, while also experiencing character growth and affecting those around him. On to the next novel, we have. The title of the story is Livestream, the Adjudicator of Death. The protagonist, Jack, transmigrated to a parallel world and becomes an adjudicator of death, using a judge system to punish evil and gain rewards. A live stream channel called Deathstream Channel is created to broadcast Jack's actions, with criminals receiving death notices. The reviewer gave the story a rating of 76. That's the end of this video. I will see you soon in the next video. Happy reading.